Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Mark Causey here from Black Cat Comics in Rockin' Milpitas. Every Wednesday is New Comic Day and I'd like to give you some great reasons to get down to your local comic shop and pick up something fun to read. This week is packed with stuff that's fun to read. We'll start with the Marvel guys because they've got a healthy stack of stuff like the new issue of Infinity Wars. This book has exploded. The end of Countdown was really huge. What's been going on in this one is even huger, if huger is a word. This is probably already on your list. If not, you're one of those event fatigue people. Like I say in the podcast, you gotta take some aspirin and get over it because this book's awesome. Speaking of awesome, Fantastic Four #2. Couldn't be more excited about the return of this book. It's great to have this one back on my sub list. Love me some Fantastic Four. Pick up one of the many awesome covers to #1. Catch up to this week's #2. If you haven't read it already, grab some Marvel 2-in-1. It doesn't really connect to this, but it's an awesome book anyway. Like I said, super excited about the return of Fantastic Four. X-Men Blue. Been saying for a long time that it's a good time to be an X-Men fan, and this week is a good example of lots of fun X-Men stuff like this one, or Old Man Logan. I think this one's going away at #50, which makes me kind of sad because, well, I'm an old man, so I like old man books. X-23, the former all-new Wolverine. This one's been really hot as well, so if you've been holding out on this, grab the first couple issues and catch up. Weapon H is your Hulk as Wolverine book. This one's got my man Captain America in it. Domino, one of Marvel's new movie stars, another red-hot book that they have. All the issues have gone out, sold out, gone to reprint. Good stuff. And last but not least is Iceman, back in his own series. Also lots of fun. Always lots of X books going around, but like I say, they're all pretty solid these days. Amazing Spider-Man #5 continues the relaunch of the series after the many-year-long run of Dan Slott. Fun stuff there. Peter Parker is your other Spider-Man book of the week. And Daredevil versus Matt Murdock. You know, Daredevil's really one of the best books Marvel has been one of their best books for a long time. If you're checking out the Netflix stuff, grab any Daredevil trade paperback and, read the Frank Miller stuff, the Brubaker stuff, the Wade stuff, whatever you want. It's all been really solid. Venom First Host. A lot of talk about this guy these days. The movie's right around the corner. And Champions, along with Runaways, is your young Marvelites superhero teams of the week, along with Rising Stars Omega, featuring Miss Marvel and the Unbeatable Squirrel Girl, followed up with Miss Marvel and the Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. I know this is one of those that most of you are following in trade paperback, but as I'm always saying, periodicals are just more fun, so catch up on those trades and catch up to the recent issues. Good stuff there. Journey into Mystery gives you your Nick Fury fix that you haven't gotten in a long time. This one delves into the history of the Marvel Universe, much like Web of Venom. Good stuff. Darth Vader. It's your Star Wars book of the week. This is probably the best one that they do. You know I'm talking up the Star Wars stuff every single week. If you haven't taken my word for it, now's your time to pick up Vader and say to yourself, wow, Causey knows something about comics. Star Wars, Last Jedi. I know, but I thought it was awesome. And this is the last issue of the comic adaptation, so I'm super stoked on that. Good week for the DC guys, too. Detective Comics 988. That's your next book to be about 6 months away from #1000. Always a good week for Batman. Catwoman #3. I know there's some controversy around the Batman title, around the Catwoman title, but I think it's awesome. This book is really good. Sort of a, kind of a cool dark take to get the run started. Pick up #1 and 2, #3. Everybody's a big Catwoman fan. Superman. Great time to be a Superman fan as Bendis just, takes over the whole darn thing. And got a new villain right there for you. Pick up Man of Steel 1 through 6. Pick up Action 1000 through 1002. Pick up Superman 1, 2, and then this one. Or just grab this one and jump right in. But the other super book to have your eye on is Supergirl. This is the super book that's not written by Bendis, but this one really follows up a lot of the plot lines from the Man of Steel storyline. Everybody likes Supergirl. And Wonder Woman finishes the Trinity for the week. Another one of the very best books DC does. If for some reason you aren't following Wonder Woman, jump in at number 50 and catch up. Or, of course, pick up the trades and catch up that way. Great stories, great art. The Flash, DC's TV star, doesn't really need much of my help to sell this book. This is probably already on your list, but cool cover. And then some team books like Red Hood and the Outlaws. Everybody's wondering if who's going to be the one to go in the next Crisis. That book might have one of the folks. Suicide Squad has been crossing over with Aquaman. So now's your time to jump in on Aquaman before the big movie. If you haven't already, Suicide Squad's probably already on your list and in your box. Hawkman. Look like Marvel's Iceman. It's great to see this guy back in his own book. Love me some Hawkman. Great art in that book too. Plastic Man is your DC mini-series of the week. Love me some Plastic Man. Hoping they give Metamorpho a book next. Immortal Men. It's one of your New Age of Heroes books, along with Sideways. A lot of buzz about these books too. Immortal Men's been really cool. Scooby Apocalypse. It's your Hanna-Barbera book of the week. Always talking up the great Hanna-Barbera stuff that DC's been doing. Along with last week's DC Looney Tunes mashups. That was awesome. And House of Whispers. It's your Vertigo book of the week. That's your next round of Sandman Universe books, along with last week's Dreaming. Everybody's super excited about all that. And what a great week for all the other guys too. Huge week for my friends at Dark Horse. With some BPRD. You know, I'm always talking up the Mike Mignola. And speaking of Sandman Universe, here's some American Gods from the Neil Gaiman library of Dark Horse Comics. You know, we're huge Neil Gaiman fans around here. And The Seeds. It's your Burger book of the week. Been talking up the Burger books. And Mystery Science Theater 3000. The Dark Horse just keeps coming. And it's a huge week for the Image guys too. Like Wicked and Divine. Like Oblivion Song. Like Hey Kids comics from my friend Howard Shakin. Like 1975 if you can read Roman numerals. Like Cemetery Beach is your first issue, gotta have it, Image book of the week. And then Dynamite with Deja Thoris and Nancy Drew and Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. And if that's not enough awesome women characters for you, how about Charlie's Angels? You know I love Dynamite Comics. You know I love all the great licensed property stuff that they do. Always a good week for those guys. G.I. Joe and Star Trek are your IDW books of the week. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is back in comics from the ever insidious Alan Moore. Doctor Who is your Titan book of the week. And last but not least is Archie 1941. You know, I'm always talking up the awesome Archie books these days. Lots and lots of great books, so make sure you check out those shipping lists, get down to your shop, pick up something super awesome. That's all we got for you for this week. You can check us out on Facebook, check us out on YouTube, check us out at black-cat-comics.com for our new cool Shopify store, or just get on down here to the good old brick and mortar. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.